Alright, this we have seen before. F times itself a bunch of times, right? F times F times F. We can count all these up. This is multiplication form. We can count it up and convert it into exponent form. And that's super cool, right? So, we remember we have our blue for base, we have our base, and we have our orange little exponent up there. 8 f's all multiplied together. We write out 8 f's, multiply them together. Cool. But anything we might want to do with multiplication, we're going to probably want to do it with addition too, right? So if we want to have a simple way of writing how many f's are being multiplied, we might want to have a simple way of writing how many f's are being added together. And we do have one. Here's how we do it. It looks like this. So, key point, notice the f base is still the same, right? It's still f's being added or multiplied. But in this case, because it is addition, we're going to put a big 8, not a small 8, a big 8. We're going to put a big 8 right out in front to the left of the base, okay? This number is actually called a coefficient, green coefficient, yeah? And, you know, exponent. So, 8f means f plus 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 f, right? That's what this means. This is the same thing. If you have 8 f's and they're all being added together, you can write it as 8f. This is actually maybe even a little bit more intuitive because it's sort of the same as that you say like, oh, you know, how many apples do you have? Oh, I have 6 apples. And you could just say like 6 apple. It's sort of the same thing, right? So how many f's do you have? 8f. That's the idea, right? Very, very intuitive. Not crazy, super intuitive. Now, notation here is going to be really important. If you write this, f to the power of 8, that means this thing up here. If you write 8f, that means this thing here. And if you write some other weird nonsense, it might mean something totally different, so don't do that. Make sure that you mean what you write. 8f is this, f to the power of 8 is this thing. This is, remember, multiplication form. When we have multiplication form, we're always multiplying. So, if a question says, here's f to the power of 8, how would you write that in multiplication form? You would write it like this. You write out 8 f's, and then you put multiplication signs in between them. If something says, hey, you have 8f, how would you write that in addition form? Then you would write down 8 f's, still, because your base is the same. You would write down 8 f's, and you would put addition signs in between them. That's the big difference, right? So, 8f gets some addition signs, f to the power of 8, it's multiplication signs. Those are our two different notations here. Let's differentiate.